Okay, we are live. So there's this thing that I wanted to show you since yesterday. I had in my head to say I want to do a run and show you some of the things that I've been training you guys on. It's with regards to the algebra question, looking at paper twos and paper fours and paper twos and paper fours, just moving from one to another, solving that algebra question until we are done. So if we start with, let me just show you. Let's start with 2025, right? So when you do past papers, look at how it works when you're doing past papers, right? Let me switch off. Can you all see my screen and can you all hear me? Students, can you all see my screen? All right. So what is important is when you're doing past papers, you need to be doing past papers right now. So don't think past papers are for later on. But the difference between how you do past papers now with how you do past papers 3 months down in September, which is 3 months from now, is that in September you have to do the whole thing. Like there's no stopping. You go page 1 to page 9, question 1 to question 23, sometimes to question 25 without stopping. But that's not how it goes right now. Right now, what you do is you do past paper after past paper after past paper, but focusing on a section until you're good at that section. Then you pick the next section and you pick the next one. And you don't pick the easy ones. You pick the ones that either you struggle with or are just generally hard or you don't know, like stuff like that. So that is why when I'm doing with you, I keep emphasizing the section so that you know what we are focusing on. It's still past papers, but it's not the full thing. We're going to do the full thing. Of course we're going to do the full thing. Okay? There's no way you're going into exams without doing many, many papers with me, full papers. But what I want to do is do a lot of papers, but doing section by section. Like yesterday, we were doing food webs and food chains only. We didn't do anything else. Although there's many things that we could have looked at. And it's the same for maths, it's the same for chem, it's the same for physics. So here for maths, we know that. And that is why I emphasize, I put the syllabus in your heads. No one in here can continue without understanding the syllabus for each subject. That will be a disaster. So because this is the time where you are polishing up the sections in the syllabus that you are bad at. So you need to know the entire syllabus and you need to know where you're strong, where you're bad, and you need to be improving daily, okay? Starting. So we know that maths has 4 sections. The whole of maths, for us to say we have done the whole of maths, there are 4 sections for you to know. Now, section 1 is number, which is a lot of things, okay, from ratio and proportion to interest to bounds to percentages to a lot of things, right? What is it? Exponential decay and exponential growth, which uses the same formula as compound interest, but there's just a small difference. I'll show you. And after you do number, you go to topic 2, which is algebra. Then after algebra, you go to topic 3, which is shape and space. And then after shape and space, you go to topic 4 or unit 4. Okay, the last one, which is probability and statistics. Now, let me say something. I know that I have people in here. You are not at the same level, all of you, and you don't struggle with the same things. So, lesson time, yes, in lesson time I do one thing for all of you and stuff, but I will be knowing that I have people that I may need to polish up very important things like factorization, solving equations, subject to formula, a lot of things that sometimes people don't get, we may not get enough time in class. And that is the effort that I've been doing with those video clips, okay? The video clips, I'll update you. But it's basically a little bit different from lessons in that I get to say things that I'll be wanting to say in the lesson, but because I don't want to delay everyone, I don't get to say those things. But there are things that I would want to touch up to make sure that you don't have gaps in your maths. I don't want you to have gaps in your maths. So, students, let me tell you this. Don't be the person, you are now grown-ups. And the difference between those who are going to do very well and those who are not going to do very well is also in study patterns, how you study. Some people want to open page 1 every time they are studying. You want to open page 1 of the book. You want to open page 1 to see what is chemistry, what is biology. Let me talk to your mind right now, okay? And you have to trust me because I'm experienced. Listen, tell your mind this. You don't have to know page 1 to know reproduction. Reproduction has nothing to do with topic 1 in bio or topic 2 or topic 3. No. Listen, when you're building your biology, build your biology. You don't have to study the easy ones. Hey, you're going to exams. You're not a Form 3. You're not writing next year. You're in the writing class. You're a candidate. You should be doing variation and selection, coordination and response. You know, those, the hard ones. Doing them in past papers until you can answer them. Enzymes, reproduction in animals, reproduction in plants. You answer questions on transpiration in exam papers. You answer questions and you see, I'm still bad at this. You fix that. So when you're building biology, Laura, take a topic and brush it up. It doesn't have to be the first one. Start with the middle going up or the back going to the middle until you're good. So here is our maths. I don't have to start at page 1 to tell you the types of numbers. This, I don't have to tell you that. So if you refuse to know what we are doing today because I did not tell you the types of numbers, that is not smart. Okay, we'll get time towards closer to exam time to do the easier things. Okay, types of numbers, you know, sequences, all these things. Yeah, those are easy. The most important things are the hard ones right now. So everybody pay attention, because I want to say something once and I want to have rest knowing that I didn't just say it and it got lost in the sky. You should go back to it. Listen right now. I mean, we know that we have this algebra question. And in the algebra question, I want us to focus on, look, algebra is big, okay? It has functions, and I taught people functions, but I was not content, okay? Because some of you did not submit the work when I asked you to submit. So I may have to revisit it later. We have functions, we know that. We have subject of the formula, okay? That one I'll make it as a clip because not everybody needs it. We have factorization and expansion. You know, factorization is important, but I'm going to teach it separately, okay? Because not everybody needs it. Factorization and expansion, we have these. This is the easier version, okay? We have simple inequalities, and we also have harder inequalities that we should focus on. Then we have graphs of several things. There are several graphs. There are 5 types of graphs you must know for IG, right? Anyway, you go those graphs and you go down. Then there are things that I've been focusing on right now, which come in what I told you as the algebra section of papers. It's going to be there in paper 2. It's going to be there in paper 4. When you meet it in the exam, will you be surprised? No! You are expecting it. You are expecting these things that we are writing because we have analyzed together and we are predicting based on what we are seeing. So I'm going to go paper after paper in 2025 until all of you agree with me to say, yes, this is true. This is really what happens. So look, we know that we have, if you know these things, then you're going to be able to answer the last part of paper 2 and paper 4. You need to know simultaneous equations, but I haven't really finished here. Okay, I want to finish simultaneous equations and show you another time. Okay, and I want to do question after question. So simultaneous equations really came in 2024. Last year, I'll open with you right now and we'll see. There are different types of simultaneous equations. We are expecting them to give us some form either in paper 2 or in paper 4 as the algebra question. We are also expecting differentiation where they ask for equation of tangent or where they ask for stationary point. So we are expecting differentiation, and they may ask for 2 things. Questions to do with differentiation, they don't just say differentiate. No, they will ask for equation of tangent or they'll ask for stationary point. What is the other name for stationary point? Turning point. Stationary point or turning point. These are the words you will see if the question is on differentiation. Okay, equation of tangent, or you can get the stationary point or the turning point. That's differentiation. It's coming. We are not going to be surprised when we see it, or you're going to have where the line meets the curve. We are not going to be surprised when we see where the line meets the curve. We are expecting it. Okay? Do you hear me? Or you are going to have linear algebra. Linear algebra has a lot of facets, but there are main things that I need everybody in here to know, and it's going to make my life easy, because I know that you are not, let me use this word which is not there in English, but you are not trickable. In other words, you have rules, so they can't trick you. You know what to do. So listen, I want us to first agree, then we're going to go paper by paper, okay? Whatever year you choose, I don't mind. You choose any year. Okay, there's one more thing. Completing the square. Completing the square. Okay? Completing the square. Even I can say solving equations, okay, using the quadratic formula. So solving, which is also used when the line meets the curve. But sometimes they don't even make the line meet. They'll just ask you to solve. So solving quadratic equations, okay, using the formula. Anyone with a question so far? Are you seeing LGK? Simon, I know you love maths. This list which I'm highlighting in red, there must be nothing that you don't know. And when I say there's nothing that you don't know, I mean you are not even allowed to be sketchy. When you know something, if I ask you, you should be able to explain, to say, this is how it goes. These are the types of simultaneous equations. They can either come like this, or they can come like this, and I do this, or this, or this. A lot of these things, some of them I've introduced them to you, but I need to do many more questions because they sometimes change something about the question. So I need to do question after question after question. So I want to grill. You see these things I've highlighted in red. Are you seeing them? Students, are you seeing? It's not the only thing. When I know this, there's another big animal called mensuration. When you know that there's another big animal called trig. When you know that there's another big animal called geometry. When you know that there's another big animal called vectors and transformations. So there are big animals that we have to do paper after paper after paper and get out of the way. Now listen, you don't run away from responsibility. Students, that's not how I've trained you. If I've explained and you can't understand, you don't run by not submitting to say, I don't want him to see that I don't know. That's not how it happens. You'd rather submit the 2 lines that you understand so far, because when I will look at your work, I will see where I need to explain again. So I will understand what to do by seeing what you wrote. So this is where we are fixing each other. My job, my work is to fix you guys, not to mark and judge. So I don't want to see Misha, Michelle, Ufile, Uratile, whoever in this class. I don't want to see missing work. Okay, missing work says either you are a person who doesn't want to do work, which is shocking, considering that it's June. It will be really shocking. Or you don't know, which if you don't know, you should be able to do that and show me you don't know so I can help you. So now let's continue, okay? Have you seen these things? Let's differentiation, you've seen? How do they ask you differentiation? Equation of tangent? Or they'll say stationary point. Those are the only 2 words that are there for IG. There's no other word they'll use in differentiation. Those are the 2 things they'll ask you. You hear me? Then there is line meets curve, linear algebra. Then there is completing the square. Then there is this, solving quadratic equations. Let's get to work. So I'm going to go paper after paper, okay? Explanations don't work. They work when we are seeing a question. I'm doing 2025. So here's how we do it. We start with February, March. We go May, June. Then we do October, November. So I will not do many questions, okay? I'll just do one. Then I'll pick from a different paper, because I have them. I'll pick from a different paper the same question, and you're doing it as an in-class exercise. So whatever I teach you, you have to do it as an in-class exercise and submit. Are we together? Students? All right. Good. Let's get to work. So this is February, March 2025. Then we'll do May, June. There's paper 2, paper 4. May, June, paper 2s, and 3 paper 4s. Then October, November, like stuff like that. Now, there are some that I've already given you. So those that I've already given you, I will not repeat myself. I'll just show you 1 or 2 things. Right. Okay. This is February, March 2024. So we want to see on that list that we highlighted in red. We know that there is going to be this. Don't worry, we are not afraid of it, okay? This rationalizing the denominator stuff, we'll talk about it, and the sets and these Venn diagrams, we'll talk about it. And whatever. These are the questions to do with triangles, these questions to do with stem and leaf diagram, whatever, we'll come to that. But the most important thing is we are looking at algebra. And we are analyzing what type of questions do they bring. The big mark ones, the heavy mark ones. This is the same with A-level, okay? When you get to A-level, I'll be now showing you there are questions that come which are 7 marks, 8 marks, 7. And it's differential equations, integration. I've been showing them. For you guys, this is what you get in the algebra section. Look at this word. Perpendicular bisector. I've been working with you guys on this. I've been working with you guys to master this word. But it's not the only thing that comes. I just decided to start here, but it's not the only thing. This is linear algebra. So in this paper they brought linear algebra. I hope you have that list down, which I wrote. In this paper they brought linear algebra. And here you can see stationary point. What is this? Which topic is this where they say stationary point? Oh, don't let me down. Stationary point is what? Starts with a D. It's differentiation. Yes, we know that they want us to differentiate here. So in this one, there was linear algebra, where they asked perpendicular bisector. There is differentiation, which I also talked about. You scroll down, okay? It's not done. You keep going. Okay, this was what they brought. Right. There's other things, but here, differentiation, another 5 marks, linear algebra. Okay? I thought I saw something else. Let me see. Okay, this is vectors. No. Yeah, algebra doesn't come here at the top. Okay, the algebra we are looking for, it doesn't come here at the top. So, yes, in this one they do. So let me just let's quickly solve it since we've worked on it. Okay, perpendicular bisector. Oh no, I don't want to do it. Should we do it or should we not do it? Since we already know it. What is your pick? Should we do it or should we not do it? Should I solve the questions first or should I not? All right, let me do this. Let me do this. When I get to a section, I'm going to explain the concepts. Then I do one question, you do another one. So I'm not just going to explain about perpendicular bisector here. Okay? I'll explain perpendicular bisector, which I talked about, but I want to explain this topic of linear algebra once and for all. And there are many, many questions which we'll be doing together. Then we'll be seeing where did Cambridge try to trick you guys. So everybody, watch. Here is linear algebra and where it gets interesting. What page is this? 17. Okay, good. I've put it on the right place. So I want us to do something and come to do this one. And I show you the different questions, okay? I already know them. I looked at them. So listen to this. Everybody listen and watch. This topic called linear algebra, here is where it is hard. Linear algebra. The first thing that I want everybody to do is to just know the three formulas that you must know. Okay? Before we talk about where it's hard in terms of applying. Okay? The applying part gets a lot of people. So listen. The first part where it's hard is when it comes to the formulas. So let's put the first thing. First part is the three formulas. Everybody should, they are not going to give you these formulas. You must just know them. The three formulas that you must know. The first one is for gradient. Okay? The first one is for M, which is the gradient. Or you can say the gradient, which is M. It is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You must know this. If you don't know this, then you are in trouble. Then you must know the second formula, which is for midpoint. Midpoint is the middle. And the middle, you find it by averaging. Okay, averages. Sometimes they won't say midpoint. They'll just put a capital M and ask you to find it. How you find it is not subtracting. You find it by adding. It's a point. So you're going to say x1 plus x2 divided by 2. Then you say y1 plus y2 divided by 2. This is the second formula, okay? You only have 3 to know. 3. Come on now. 1 is gradient, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Midpoint is addition. You add and divide by 2. You add and divide by 2. Are we together? In linear algebra. Now we have how many more? How many more formulas do we have left if we want to know 3? Isn't we want to know 3 formulas? How many formulas do we have left now? Tell me, we now know 2. How many do we have left? 1. Let's see that last one formula for the last formula for this topic. It is length of a line. So if they ask anything to do with midpoint or bisector, or they want you to find the equation of a line or whatever with points, you need to know the formula for gradient for midpoint. Now, if they ask for length of the line, length will be equal to the square root of y2 minus y1 squared plus, or you can say the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. I want you to know that x2 minus x1 is a line and y2 minus y1 is a line. And we square those two lines and add them, and square root will get the length. So you must know this. Okay? These 3 formulas, you must know them. Oh, that's easy. So where is it hard? Where it's hard is here. Everybody, listen. I don't want to repeat myself. If they ask you for the equation of any line, you have these 3 formulas. They won't give you in the exam, but guess what, Mr. Examiner? We don't need them. We have them in our own heads. Now, if they ask for the equation of any line, basically, we know that they say it is in the form y is mx plus c. Here are the things you need to know. First of all, the only way to get C is you must know where the line passes through. Okay? For you to find C, you must know to find C, you must know where the line passes through. This will help you to find C. If you want to find C, you must know, oh, it passes through here. And you feed that point where the line passes through, you feed it into the equation, and you will find C. Because what we don't want to see when you write your final answer, we don't want to see C, and we don't want to see M. M is the gradient. You need 2 points. Now, you should first find M. When you have M, because we don't want him, M is easy. You find him using this formula. Yes. Although there are some words that I'm going to teach you that will change this M. Then C, we said, you must know where the curve passes through, or where the line, rather, passes through. You must know where it passes through. Sometimes they'll tell you where it passes through. If they tell you where the line passes through, they are not making the question hard. They are making it easy. Because you're not going to find C. Yes, Ms. Rita, you can ask me. Okay. To find C, you must know where your line passes through. So now let me just say a few more things and we get it done. Listen, friends. Listen, everybody. If they ask you, okay, I don't care. Let me tell you where this topic gets to be a problem. It has a lot of English in the question itself. And you're going to find that out when we do questions. There's going to be a lot of English parallel to this, running through this, diagonal of this, diagonal of this. I don't care. I want to see keywords. Keywords is number 1, the line passes through this point. If you know where it passes through, then you are going to use that to find C. But the only way you will find C is you should have found the M first. You should have found the M. Now, this M sometimes is calculated. Sometimes you get him from a different line. So let's say you get one line and then they ask you, find the equation of the line that is perpendicular to this line. So let me say, this M, you can find it by looking at the words perpendicular and parallel. Perpendicular would help you to find M. What you would do is, okay, if you get the first one being, let's say, A over B, or even if you say negative, okay, M2 would be positive B over A. This is the perpendicular one. If there is a perpendicular line, then you must go to the M you already have. You must go to the M that you already have, flip it, and change its sign. If you see the word parallel in the question, then if M1 is negative A over B, then M2 will also be negative A over B. So for two parallel lines, they will have the same gradient. So what does it mean when you are writing M1, M2, M1, M2? What are you trying to say? M1 is the gradient that you already have. M2 is the new gradient you are looking for. So the word perpendicular and the word parallel are there to help you find M only. So if now you have the word perpendicular, we said flip the M that you already have. Flip it and change its sign. Which if you see the word parallel, take it as it is. Are we together? Now, what is there that I've left? Wait a minute. Let me see if there's anything that I've left, including applying the formulas. So here's what you do. You get 2 points. Point A, 1,5. Point B, whatever. Here what will happen is that one of the points you call it point 1, the other one point 2. Everything about the first point you call it 1. So it will be x1, y1. Then here it will be b3. Okay, this is going to be this one. It is going to be x2, then y2. Okay? So why is it x2, y2? Because that will be your point number 2. Now, this is easy when we're looking at it. Let's go to some nice questions there. There's a question I want to start with, then give you something related to that one. Give me a second. Let me open it for you right now. There's a question I really, really want to start with. And I don't want you to see you getting anything related to that wrong. Right. Give me 1 second to open it. Okay, I found one, but it's not really the one I want. I put it here yesterday. Let me just load it. Give me 1 second. I mean, there's this one that I'm just going to show you, but I'm not starting with it. It's here. I'll leave you with this one, just to see. This is again perpendicular bisector from May, June 2025. But there's one which it kind of crashed. But I have to start with it. I'm quickly opening it. Can you still hear me? Okay, good. Right. Yes, good. I'll start with this one. This one is good. It's nice. So there are many of them. You guys will have to answer the other ones. We have to share. So all right. This is the nicest. Only 2025 papers. I'm not opening any of the 2024s, although it was a lot. I've just loaded 2025. We'll go one by one. Good. And it even has shown me the simultaneous equation I wanted to explain to you guys. All right. Good. And this is beautiful. There are so many of them. And I'm going to do, it's all 2025. So I'm sure by the end of it, all of you will be convinced. And it gives me questions to give you guys as well. So good. Wow. Here's another one. Okay. Right. Winter 2025 question paper 4-1. I found the question I wanted to start with. Although this topic is there in all questions, we're only looking at 2025, so I'm sure you'll be convinced by the time we finish. Winter 2025. Look at this. This is the first paper for it. I'm going to do a lot. I just started with this one because it is the first principle that I was saying. Right. Here it is. All right. Can I ask you a question? This statement which says passes through, is it good or bad? Does it increase the work or reduce the work? This question which says passes through, does it increase our work or it decreases our work? Students? Well done. This question which says passes through decreases our work. Because what does it help? The moment they say equation of a line, we know that it's going to be y is mx plus c, right? Now, tell me, how many things in the equation of any line? We are not yet reading the nitty-gritties. There are many questions on this topic in 2025, and I'm going to show you, okay? I have already about 5. I already have about 5 that we're going to go through from here. Loaded from 2025, paper 2s and paper 4s. So it literally comes almost in every paper. So we are not surprised when we see it. And they change the question. So the structure changes. Some are easier, some are harder. I started with the easiest to emphasize the things we said. Then we're going to go into do harder ones. And you are not letting me down. It's illegal. You're not letting me down. This, I said, equation of a line. Once you see this, don't let me down. you see equation of a straight line, you're going to write it like this. They can say equation of the perpendicular bisector, equation of what? You write this. The only time that I don't want to see this is if they say equation of tangent. You will put this as well, but you're going to use a different method to find m. On equation of tangent, you will still say y is mx plus c, but you're going to use a different method there. So it's going to be a different procedure. So we will not do this. But here, equation of any line, diagonal line, a line that does this, perpendicular bisector, whatever, I don't care. Equation of any line is this. Now, m, to find m, we have two ways. An equation of a line is in this form, and there are only two things you need to know. It's m and c. I'm doing this because it's going to get harder. Listen. And they can change, they can put letters, they can put missing things, they can make it longer, but the procedure does not change, so I need 100% in the class exercise I'm giving you. So listen, m, there are two ways to find m. So you're going to write equation of any line on planet Earth. Any line is y is mx plus c. Now, you need m and you need c. Y and x, we don't want to remove them. We may remove them temporarily to find c, but we don't want to remove them. At the end of the day, we want to see them. What we don't want is m and c. So you need to find what number is m, what number is c. There are two ways of finding m. One is the formula. You know the three formulas I gave you. So one way of finding m is the formula, and you use the formula if you are given 2 points like this. Look how easy it is. We are given 2 points, so we can easily find m. Okay? Or we can find m by looking for a word perpendicular or the word parallel, which may be there. So here they didn't even say that word. They just gave you 2 points. How easy is this? Equation of a line, then they gave you 2 points. So you go to 1 point, you call it point 1. You go to another, you call it point 2. Now, everything about point 1 is 1, which means the x is 1, the y is 1. Everything about point 2 is 2, which means the x is 2, the y is 2. Now, to find m, you're going to say m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We always find m first. We always find m first. Now, tell me what y2 is. It's so easy. Can you read out what y2 is in this question? What is y2, class? 4 minus what is y1? 0. Over what is x2? 0. Minus what is x1? 2. Which becomes 4 over negative 2. Which becomes negative of 2 into 4 is 2. So it's negative 2. Oh, that's nice. So we can now write y is equal to, remember we are trying to remove m and c. Now we can remove m. We know it's negative 2. So y is negative 2 of x plus c. Plus c. Now, there is a shortcut, but I'm going to just show you the basic way so that you always use it correctly. Now, if they tell you where it passes through, yes, we can use them if there are 2 points to find m, but we also use them to find c. So this statement to say pass through, they may give you 1 point, they may give you 2 points. The statement to say pass through is very important when you are now wanting to find c. You have to go to a point that your line passes through, or else you are completely wrong. So here it passes through this one and this one. So it's easy. So we can choose any, since it's passing through these 2 points, we'll choose this one. Okay? What we'll do is we take, after finding m like this, we now take the point that your line passes through and we use it to find c. So here we will say our y is going to be the same value as this y, which is y1, which is 0. So you can say let y be equal to y1, which is 0. Then you can say x be equal to x1, which is 2. So you can now say, in where there is y, you are putting 0. So 0 is equal to negative 2x. Where there is x, you are putting 2. Negative 2 by 2. plus C. Yes, Simon? Yes, it's 0, Okay, you're very correct. C is 4. But listen, Simon, methods can be used all the time in any situations and get you correct. Reasoning, I may end up just talking me and you, and then we lose others, and that can happen. Do you understand? So if you have seen an easier way of finding C, which is correct, coordinates of C are 0, something, but I want you to just do this method. Everybody should know this method because it works all the time. This method where you pick a point, because this one for reasoning, there are situations where it doesn't work. So listen, everybody. Listen to what I say. You find M. Don't you fail to find me M, who have a problem. Then you find C by putting a point which it passes through, which your line passes through. And when you are putting, be careful. Y value should go on Y. So we have Y is this plus C. Where there is Y, we are putting 0 because it's the Y. Where there is X, we are putting 2. So there we go, we put 2. On Y, we put 0. There we go. Then we look for C. So 0 will be equal to negative 2 times 2. It's negative because they are different signs. 2 times 2 is 4 plus C. Negative 4 goes to the other side. It becomes positive 4 is C. Wow. So we know that C is positive 4. Now we can write to say Y is equal to negative 2x plus 4. So you write negative 2x plus 4. Then you get your 3 marks. Do you see this one, the easiest version? Students, have you seen it? Hello? Okay. Now, I want to go to a harder one and do this now. Okay? Let me choose the hardest or a hard one. On this list, this one, no, this one. Let's pick question. Okay, I'll choose this one. Let me open it. Okay, let's do this one. Winter 25 question paper 2-3. Okay, we are just in 2025. Right. This is just helping you to see what I've said, what I've been saying. All right. Now, let me just ask a few questions because I want to grill this. You're not letting me down, you guys. We know that this. We are not shocked that it's come. I'll show. I'm gonna open a lot of papers. This is a 2025 paper. Here, I'm proving to you. Okay, It's another paper. It's still from 2025. I'm going to open a lot of them. It was there a lot. It comes a lot. Here is a different version, which is a slightly more advanced version. Now, let me ask you. They tell you that it passes through. Okay, I'm not going to read too much about this. They tell you that they want equation of a line, right? So that means it's going to be y is equal to mx plus c. Is it true? Because they want the equation of a line. Is it true? Students, is it true? Okay, good. All right. Now, when they ask us for equation of a line, how many things will we need to find? Only two, right? M and C, right? Okay. Now, how do we find M? How many ways do we have of finding M? Two ways. One way is using the formula, which we did in the last question. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. If you don't know the formula, then come on now. Huh? Come on now. You at least need to know the formula. We should start at least there. To say, okay, formula, we are done. Everyone here knows the three formula. Only three in this topic. So formulas must be known. And now you must know how to apply them. So that one for formula, you do it when you have 2 points. If you're given 2 points, so that you choose your point number 1 and point number 2. You were not given 2 points here. So we're using the second thing now. The second thing I said, watch out for the word perpendicular or parallel. That is the word that will help you to find the gradient. Because you need it. You need the M. It's actually the first thing you must find. And I said, if you ever see the word parallel, then you are going to go to the equation that they have given you. Here is the equation they've given us. And in the equation they've given us, everyone can see that M is negative half. The number before x here. What is coming before x? It's a negative half. Everybody can see that the first M is a negative half. So now if they say a line that is parallel, then that means this new M is also negative half. Because for parallel, they have the same gradient. Parallel lines are exactly the same in terms of their slope. They never meet, so they have the same gradient. So M1 will be M2, in other words, basically. So here we have the first M. We need the second one. We look out for the word parallel or perpendicular. If we have the word perpendicular, then we know to find the new M. Come on, you can do this. Don't be lazy. To find the new M, you flip and change sign. If you see the word, so here you see the word perpendicular. Look, don't go in there and do your own thing. I don't actually have to read the whole thing because it could be longer than this. It could be a real big statement. But I'm not going to look at that and waste my time trying to fight with the English. If they say equation of a line, I know it's y is mx plus c. I need M, I need c. I know that for M there are two ways. The formula or the words. The word perpendicular and the word parallel. They are for M only. So if they tell you perpendicular bisector, the word perpendicular is for M. They are helping you to find M. So here we have been given the equation of the first line. In other words, we know M1 is negative half. So now we will need the new one, which is M2, which we can now write here. We need the new M2, okay, because we have seen the first one, but that's not the one they want. They want equation of a perpendicular one. We've seen the word perpendicular. We can't run away from it. They've given us. We have seen it. So now to find that perpendicular, flip and change sign. So you flip, it becomes 2 over 1. Then you change this sign. This was a negative. Now I should see a positive. So M2 will be positive, and it will be flipped, which is 2 over 1. We said it. Flip and change sign. which means your M2 is 2 over 1 is just 2. So you can already say y is equal to, yes, yes. Okay, so that's the very same thing. It's a, but that one is just a condition. So to say m1 times m2 is negative 1 is a condition. But if I tell you that, if I say to everyone in this class, guys, so here's what happens. Perpendicular lines multiply to give you negative 1. If you multiply their gradients, everyone can hear me, but that doesn't help sometimes in terms of getting an answer. Okay, it's going to be a longer because you need to, what is it? You need to calculate. You need to calculate. It's a longer thing. That's just a condition. It's not really a mathematical thing. The mathematical thing is flip and change signs. And still, I'll tell you that if you flip and change signs, it's the same as saying they multiply to give you negative 1. Okay, Simon? So this is more of, we used to be told that, Simon. They used to tell us, they multiply to give negative 1, and they would just leave us there. No one explained more to us. But once we were doing, because this same topic is going to come back for A level, okay? It will be topic number 2. Once we are now doing many A level questions, because at A level you do a lot of questions, then we begin to see what actually goes on, to say, oh, the new one will be just flipped and the sign will be different. So we then actually understood to say, what does it actually mean? So for you guys, I'm just helping you to jump the step, to say, if you want that word perpendicular, just do me a favor. Flip it and change the sign. Flip and change the sign. You get all marks. So now you have for the perpendicular one. Okay? Since this is perpendicular, you can put in brackets to say, this is perpendicular. Okay? You are explaining to the invigilator to say, I have flipped because I know it's perpendicular. You are communicating with the invigilator, who is going to mark you up. So you can already write y is 2x plus c. Now we need c. Don't let me down. How do we find c? There is one way. Tell me. Okay, either you have a graph or you're going to look at where it passes through. And you feed the points it passes through into this. So this would have been the x. This would have been the y. So we're going to feed this. The y will be 5, the x will be whatever. So we're going to write y is equal to 2x plus c. Then below that we say let y or let x equal to 3 and y equal to 5. So wherever there is y, we are putting 5. Wherever there is x, is putting 3. Because the equation passes through this point. So we can use it to find c. But we only do that if we know m. Now we know m, so we can do it. So now we'll say where there is x, we're putting 3. Where there is y, we're putting 5. So 5 will be equal to 2 by, where there is x, we're putting 3. 2 by 3 plus c. Which means 5 is equal to 6 plus c. 6 goes to the other side. 5 minus 6 is equal to c. Negative 1 is c. So your c is negative 1, which means y is equal to 2x minus 1. So you can write 2x minus 1. That's your y. Anyone with a question? Who has a question? Don't change that order in your mind. Keep it the way I've told you. Here is the first question. Let me give you a question. Everybody has to do. Let me give it to you. Give me 1 second. I'm opening. Okay, I want you to do this one. Okay, give me 1 second. I want to pick one which is exactly similar to the one we've done. These ones are a little bit different. Wait, this is the one we've just done. Okay. This is the one I did. Give me 1 minute to choose. Mute the mic. Right, I found the question. It's a little bit different. I'll tell you what to do in the difference, but I want you to get to work. So here is the question. Let me open it. Try to be as fast as you can so that you don't waste any time, guys. All right, since I know, I'll start with this one. This one I'll allow you to do because I know you know the formula for midpoint. I gave it to you, so try to use the formulas. Do you want? Choose, make 1 point be point number 1. If you want to use the formulas, then 1 point has to be point number 1, the other one has to be point number 2. Then you have to have your x1, your y1, then your x2 and your y2 at point number 2. So everything at point number 2 is 2. The x is x2, the y is y2. Then you know the formula for midpoint m. Do it, find it. Then the formula for length. Is there anyone who was not yet in class when I gave the formulas? Start with this. Okay. I said midpoint m is equal to x1 plus x2 over 2. There are only 3 formulas to know for this topic. So in terms of formulas, there are only 3. But then there are many other things which we are studying right now. But in terms of formulas, there are only 3. The one for midpoint, which is this one, y1 plus y2 over 2. So when we get an answer for your midpoint, we want to see it being saying 2, 3 or something, something. It has to be like this because it's a point. So find the midpoint using this. And I've helped you to know how you get your x1. So the secret is, okay, there'll be the formula. But the other big secret is, remember, you cannot actually then apply the formulas if you don't choose which one of your 2 points is point 1, which one of your 2 points is point 2. So you have to choose. Don't forget, you get 2 points in this topic. Before you do anything, make one be point 1. In other words, everything about it will be 1. The x will be x1. The y will be y1. Then you go to the other one. Everything about it will be 2. The x will be x2. The y will be y2. You hear me? Then now you can easily apply because you'll be saying which one is x1, that one. Which one is x2? You put it in this, you get it. Then for length, I then told you for gradient also, small m, okay, which is the gradient, which is small m, which I don't think you need here. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, I don't think you need that here. Part B, the reason I chose this question is actually for part B. Here I'm just doing it because you know the formulas, but I will get to part B. Then you say length, and I want you to use this and say, we have to do it, guys, until all of you are able to do it. We can't run away. Maths will still be waiting for us. This is going to be x2 minus x1. That's the first line. But you have to square everything. In length, when you're finding length, remember everything must be squared. x2 minus x1 is the first line. It must be squared. Plus, the second line is y2 minus y1. It must also be squared. Then you'll be able to find the length. So, everybody, I want to see midpoint here. And I want to see length. Quickly, please. And we move from there. I want to see midpoint and length. Quickly, guys. Yes. Okay. Here's the question. Can everybody please, this is the number 1. This is the question that you're all submitting. Okay? Number 1. So I want you to say number 1A. Then you say part I. Then part I. You don't have to actually write the question. You're going to say midpoint M is equal to, then you put the formula, then you're going to put the values, and you put me the answer here. The answer that you're going to put. Then you put length, then you tell me what answer you get. Be careful when you're punching. Let's go, everybody. Let's go. Come on now. Quickly do this so that we go to the next part. Let's move, bub. It's already time. Guys. So this should be the last question. The other things that I want to explain, of course I have things I want to explain, and I haven't been able to say it, but I'll use the clips, 3 to 5 minute videos, and everybody has to be watching. You have to be watching, moving with me. I will also make an effort so that they are not boring. I won't be speaking like this. All right, so fundamentally speaking, there is a chronological order that you must follow when you're solving this. You will sleep. I'm going to be helping you to stay awake. Okay? Open that book. Let's get it done. Let's push. Come on now. Don't write this. It's wrong. That's how I'll be doing it. When there's something important, I'll really, really make sure you hear me so that you do not make the error. Find me midpoint and length. There are only 3 formulas which by now should be in your head because you need them in your head. No one is going to give you in the exam. Is there anyone who's still doing this? You are done, right? Part I was midpoint. Part II was length. So you know the formula for midpoint, you know the formula for length. Do it, we move on. Can we move on? Can we please move on, guys? Look at the time. Look at the time. All right. Look at the second part. You've been given the equation of the line. But you people are experienced. There is no equation of the line which we have in this form. This is the form where we leave quadratic equations only. Things that are x squared plus something. Not the equation of the line. The equation of the line is y is equal to mx plus c. So y should be alone. The equation of the line. So here, this equation of the line is wrong. It's not in the correct form. So I'll help you with this one. The gradient of L. They're saying find the gradient. I'm not going to tell you the answer, but I'm going to show you. The only thing you needed to do is fix this. It's in the wrong format. Equation of a line this way. Since when? It's always y is mx plus c. It's always in the form y is mx plus c. So what do we do, Mr. Clarify? What you have to do, rewrite. So you're going to write 4x plus 3y is equal to 0. No, 3y minus 12 is equal to 0. Now, we have to remove everything except for y. Y has to remain. So we start with 12. 4x plus 3y is equal to 12. It's now a positive 12. Because here it was a negative, there it will be a positive. Then we take 4x to the other side. It was a positive 4x. When it goes to the other side, it will be negative. And you must write it first. So you write 3y is equal to negative 4x. Then plus 12, because 12 is positive. So we say plus 12. Because the 4x has gone to the other side, it will now be negative 4x. Now one more thing, so that we remain with y. We take these 3 to the other side. It will divide everybody. So you now have y is equal to negative 4 over 3 of x plus 12 over 3. Which means you have y be equal to negative 4 over 3 of x plus 12 over 3 is 4. Okay, you must divide here and you must divide there. That's what we did. So this is going to be your final thing. Now your equation is in this form. Surely you can see the m now. They want the gradient, the m. Tell us, what is the m there? Where do you see m in an equation? Where is it? Tell us the m in here, the gradient. So write this and please write the answer for me for gradient. Say part B, say BI. Then you write it like this, then you continue until you write gradient of L is equal to, then you write the answer, then you put it here. What is it? Let's go. What is the gradient? Now we have it in the form y is mx plus c. This is where we dominate. So write for me the gradient there. Fast. This is not hard. We have hard things to fight. Now, okay, this one I know I haven't done with you, okay? So I don't want to talk about it. It doesn't help with the, oh wait, cross the y-axis. This is the c intercept, the c. They want the c. Okay, anyway, you can do this. Skip this. I'll tell you about this, but I don't want to talk about it right now because it will cost me what I've done. Can you do part 3? I'll do part 2. Someone will have to remind me. It's a simple concept, but I don't want you to. This is the last one I want to do. Line P is perpendicular to L. You know, why did they tell you this? They want equation of P, which obviously will be in this form, and you need 2 important details. This is exactly the type of question I just did. So come on now, you're not going to let me down. Why did they tell you perpendicular? What can you go to L and get and then use with this word perpendicular to find for P? And then why did they tell you where it passes through? What will you then use this where it passes through to find? So can you do that? Can you use the word perpendicular and the word passes through to find the new equation? Please. Please. Tell us what is the first m and another one. Tell us. I want to see my 100 there. Quickly. This is exactly why I chose this question over all those other ones. Tell me. Are you done? Who's not done? I was trying to see if there's another one. Just one more and we close the lesson, okay? We need to close it and look at the next subject. A lot of the questions I'm actually skipping or finding are perpendicular bisector, which I can train you, but we've talked about one thing, so there's no difference between perpendicular bisector and what we've been doing. The only difference is where does the line pass through. We know that where the line passes through, we use it to find our C. So if it's perpendicular bisector, you have to find the midpoint and you use it because that's where the line passes through. It passes through the midpoint. So that's the only thing that changes. Which we'll get time, don't worry. Please, if I make a clip, you have to watch it for the sake of progress. There are things I'm going to have to do as clips for all subjects. Okay, if I can't find it in these two papers, then you submit that one question and we'll take it from there. Right. Okay. I think I don't have the one I want. Oh, okay. This one. But it's just 2 marks. Anyway, it's something. This is the last one, right? This is your number 2, and you're done. It's just 2 marks. It's one thing which all of you can find. Anyway, it seems like the paper is not in the tablet. Oh, here it is. No, it's not. It's fine. There's no paper 43. It was paper 43 that I wanted. Everybody, I'm giving you the link. Those who don't know how to submit, you call me at the end of the lesson. I'm giving you the link. Everybody, please submit this one question you've done. And I just want to see how you've done it. Then we can move on. Of course, we have more work. There's a type of simultaneous equation that I was very tempted to do. Let me just show you. But that's work for tomorrow. That's work for the next time. I can even do it as a video and I'll send to you guys. Then you guys will watch like we have agreed. It comes a lot. So simultaneous equations are always there, either in paper 2 or in paper 4. So here I want to show you in a few papers, this simultaneous equation. Look at it. Here it is. Let me share. Where 1 is quadratic and 1 is linear. So I'll show you from 2025, and I want to show you the questions from 2024 where they kept bringing it as well. So it came in 2024 a lot, and in 2025 a lot as well. So you should be able to do this type of simultaneous equation where 1 is linear, 1 is quadratic. Sorry for being a little bit slow to open. This one. What paper is this? March 25 paper 42. March 25. I didn't do it because of time. This is the exam that was written here. So seriously, last year, October, November. So you should take it serious. It's the exam that was written in zone 3. Look at number 19. We'll look at it either in our next lesson or by video. What do you guys choose? Can you see it? Guys? Can you see it? This was last year, paper 4 from last year. So there's x here, and then we have x squared here. So we'll need to talk about it. Okay? And also more on this linear algebra, just to make you guys better, because there are many different types of questions that I've skipped tonight, but next time I'll need you to be able to solve. Are we together? Yes, even this type. Even this type of question. Okay. I'll show you the paper where they brought the same type of question, but they were using the letters R, and they wanted you to find the solution. So this is now a quadratic one where you use the quadratic formula We're just going to be going through these algebra questions, all the different types, until you are able to get the differentiation ones, these ones, the linear algebra ones, all of them. You should be able to get them. Once you're confident, then we can move on to the next thing. Are we together? Hello, everybody? All right, good. So I'll send you some things, guys, as videos, because we will never have enough time sometimes. You know, we have to change subjects and do this and stuff. So the other things that I'll need you to also know, I'll send them as clips. I say they'll be short, and I say they'll be nice. So once you open it, I'll help you to enjoy it. Okay? I'll bring the vibe, the energy, and explain everything you need to know and do several questions. So make sure that you watch the videos, right? All right, good. Good. Anyway,